Olli, we had a good discussion a couple of days ago about the topic of Helsinki, and created lots of thought for me at least. It's an interesting idea to think about the connection of presence and mobility. Everybody talks about mobility, but there's also presence in the city, and that's what you've been working on. So, Olli, the stage is yours. Olli Hakanen.
Okay, thank you. And you can see our group in the slide. Not to waste any money. Time. Which is the same thing, of course.
Talk closer to the mic.
I will just tell that we are a cross-professional team, and we had a wonderful workshop yesterday, and I hope that I can describe our thoughts and results in a way that it really deserves. Okay, and this is, I think, the main issue of everything. And it's the change of system intelligence of urban presence. I don't think that it's wise to link any kind of creative hubs with the place, because they are always moving with the individuals. And in the very that's the real essence of the change which is happening, and this is what we are trying to describe here. And this is on Finnish, because we were all Finnish in the picture, the written, and it's a candy store of new possibilities, how one of the participants described what we see ahead. And to really understand what is happening, we need a lot of study, social study, maybe other sciences as well, and to rethink all the previous structures of urbanism, because there is a real change of paradigm. And I believe that you see it when you sort of get the insight. It's very hard to deliver that this is great if you don't do the job yourself. And I think this is the main difference between people who are sort of using power and people who are trying to be creative catalysts or anything. The conventional thinking is trying to change somebody else's paradigm, but the creative persons love to change their own paradigm, because it changes the whole understanding, and only new understanding can give the possibility to get new ideas, new insights. So a lot of is to be done. But to understand, you need to try to prototype the first things you get. Is there any sense of this? And I think if we use any sense in this change, we try to first change the immaterial things, because that is easy, and it doesn't cost anything if you lose, if you fail. So I think this is mostly question of service design, not material design. And Juuso and his companions in the group, they sort of got this idea of new professions: urban presence activators and urban presence caretakers. The human nodes or links which combine the human activity to the physical surroundings. Okay, and mobility is just a way to establish the desired presence in a place where you are not in the moment. And you can do it virtually or you can do it physically. And actually there is no sense of dividing these tools. I will show you a very good example of this later. And to prototype what this change might mean in Helsinki is this artery of mobility, which is some kind of a dynamic node, if I compare it with the Stockholm case. And I don't know whether those international friends see me, but if I will now act like Helsinki, you must take my head as the south, and I'm surrounded by sea. And then I have these connections of which this is railroad 1, this is railroad 2, and there is the main roads coming here. And you can quite easily understand that there will be a quite in the head there is, you can't take all the traffic on my head. It's impossible. And now the main railroad is dividing Helsinki like my jacket. The Helsinki has jacket open all the time. And what we are now suggesting is that we make this artery of mobility, which means that we use the kind of tools to create the desired mobility that also put my jacket like this if I want to. And so there is huge amount of people coming in with the train. And it will be even more when the Pisara-rata, which is a sort of a underground railroad which goes like this and back. But that doesn't make the pedestrian and bicycling any better. Actually, it makes it worse, because it's about to occupy one of our greatest parks. Part of one of the most popular parks of Helsinki is going to lose land for that project. And now we say that this is nonsense. Let's do it another way. Let's have the Pisara, the real thing, but let's not let them go to the park. Let's do the Pisara in the rail track. That leaves us a possibility to make a pedestrian, okay, sorry, okay, pedestrian, bicycling and bubble motion artery from the very center of Helsinki until to Käpylä. And this, what makes it different is that it's individually used. You can use your individual tools. Either you're walking, biking, or taking a technique which gives everybody possibility to occupy that only when he needs it. Like we use internet or listen to music nowadays. Okay, and we are not alone. This is not something very new. This is like creating iPhone or iPod, taking the already existing parts, elements, and make it a whole. And for example, this is already existing Finnish great innovation. And this is the bubble motion.
What's the bubble motion?
Well, you can ask. The bubble motion man is here later. But you see, now you are there alone or you are there with your friend. So you are sort of having your own room or office while you are moving. And this changes all the intelligence of how the infrastructure budgets are all about. We heard that Pekka said that we are saving 2 minutes. We are saving 1 minute. What is the sense of saving something which is valuable? There's no sense. We must make the communicate. Okay. I think. Well, this is Asko will tell you more.
Time's out.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay.
All right.
I finished.
Very good. Thank you. Stick around and keep the mic so we can ask you questions. Now, due to the change of program, we are missing Juha Kostiainen from here, from Sitra, unfortunately. But since it's Helsinki and most of you are from Helsinki, you probably have some questions to ask from the group. So if I get the concept right, the idea is to make a sort of a superhighway of light traffic in the middle of Helsinki.
Yes, superhighway of individually occupied. You use it when you want it, and you use it in the minute you want it.
Yeah, and I like the idea of that. Why should you save time from cycling or moving if you're, for example, cycling, because it creates good for the well-being of the person, which actually creates savings for the society in the long run.
Exactly. For example, why are people allowed to get money while they are smoking outside the office, and they are not getting any money when they are walking to work, when they already are doing the work? And this is very important because Aristoteles did all his philosophical work walking around Acropolis. It's a very pathos.
So, question from Sirpa Asko.
Yes, I have a very important question to you about the cycling roads, because I think that in Helsinki we have too many cycling roads and they are too narrow. We should have very broad ones where people can really cycle in a certain speed and go in tunnels or over bridges, so that they get from one place to the other. Now it's nearly impossible to go by bicycle in the middle of the city, because you have to stop in every traffic light. And you nearly come, you are very dangerous to the pedestrians, because you don't follow the traffic lights. So let's take this, the cycling roads, and make broad roads and make them continuous.
Well, I totally agree, but I would put it like that: let's make the mobility system intelligent. And you can see in the slide there is no vehicle. It's the speed. I mean, it's a speed. You can walk and cycle with the same speed, and you can cycle and drive car if you make it in the same speed. And so it's a question of. But now we go to the first point, that we are talking about the paradigm shift in the system intelligence. And this is already, you can see it in many places. For example, young German gentlemen not feel car as a status symbol anymore. There is a big change. The whole world is changing. And I can't, you see, it's up to you. You either understand or not, because nobody else can produce anybody else a paradigm shift. But I say that it's a wonderful feeling. I mean, it's a really wonderful feeling when you are able to see the world in a new eyes.
You are getting religious here. There's a question from Esa.
Only, I just would like to see the last slide, and could you have like 1 minute to explain it? That was, which was somehow like cut off. No, this one.
Okay. Okay, I have here the real professional as well, who is the father of this invention. And
Whose planet? Where is the father?
there.
Do you want to
Come here, please.
share with you? Because that's interesting.
Because this is a great invention.
At the moment it looks like a very big bee.
Hi, my name is Asko. Olli called me today telling about this thing, so shoot me. Any questions?
I mean, describe the idea. That's what kind. I mean, how does the system work?
Well, I don't think we have enough time for that right now, but after this I'll be
Okay.
glad to discuss that.
But it's basically personal transportation through pods.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was well done.
Mission trigger.
So it's automatic, no drivers and so forth. We don't have it existing, as Olli was saying. He said it's an existing innovation. I think that is probably a stretch of the word innovation, but yeah, the plans are ready.
Okay.
But come and talk with me later if you have questions on this.
Very good.
It's a great example of the intertwined coexistence of presence and mobility. We can really have negotiations and meetings there. It's a creative bubble.
Okay, and for that we need to conclude and move to Tallinn. One more round of applause for Helsinki.